Welcome to episode 24 of the second series of my Fane Let's Play. Today we're getting home and getting fortified. Before we get stuck in, here's a 60-second roundup of what happened last time. Last time out, we left our wintry, snowy base and headed off with one goal: get a shed load of iron scraps. This initially kicked off with me taking issue with any fences I came across, stopping off at a substation to take the majority of its fences, before stopping off at a transport depot and doing much the same thing. And then, finally, I arrived where I was aiming to get all along: Clinton County Correctional Facility. Here I could really get my dismantle on and get a serious amount of scraps. I set about destroying the fences, found out I couldn't destroy the gate as I didn't have the right tool for that, and filled my boot, or trunk, with all the scrappy goodness, whilst of course dealing with the ever-present zombie threat. Having filled up the entire capacity of the truck with scraps, I began heading home, before popping to a little house for an overnight stopover. And that is where we pick up from today. Oh, it's dark. It is very dark. Gosh. That caught me a little bit off guard. It's a bit spooky, actually. Isn't it? Oh my goodness. We have got so much to do today. We have got so much to do. Look how many school backpacks I've got. By the way, absolutely wild. Look at us, Charm. Oh, your hair's gone slightly see-through. And it's grown. I swear it's grown, Charm. I swear we didn't have long hair like that when we first kicked this thing off. But here we go. Episode 24. And I've started in the dark. It's 4:15 a.m. We're in some random house in the middle of goodness knows where. Okay, it's Dannemora. Let's not be too dramatic. But we've got a journey to start us off, right? We need to get home. We've got to get home. Got to get Charm back to base. And then we're going to put all of our scraps to good use. Maybe not all of them. I mean, we'll see. We'll see how productive one can be. Right. Hello. Any Zeds out and about that want to come and give me any kind of attention? Fingers crossed. I hope not. Great. There we go. Okay. Turn the torch off. Turn the lights on. Assess where we're going. Left. Down to the main road. And then right. And we are heading back to Cherry Hill Air Park. Can't wait. Looking forward to getting home. You can't quite beat getting home, can you? Got to remember about my brakes and my driving. Not one of my skills, as we've always established. Right, should be at the end of the of this road. And then we are going to head right. Oh, as we can see through the map there. Interesting. Very interesting. Oh, and the lights just flickered. Oh my goodness, we've got a lot of pop. I think it's the snow. I think the snow. Snow causes strange visual things to happen. We could probably stop there. Should probably stop there. Oh, but we haven't really got the room for things like batteries, so we will leave it. The snow is hopefully thawing, so that we can get home and it not be wintry and cold, but we will see, and we are going to keep on driving around. Get ourselves home, and then the plan is, well, we all know what the plan is. It's fortify, right? It is absolutely get some fortifications up. That's got to be the plan. Thank you all so much for your comments. Now, I will read out a couple of comments from the last video, of course. But what I probably do owe is to those folks who sat through the bonus admin episode and had to deal with not just my strange sorting choices, but had to deal with the fact that I was sat there sorting things out for an entire episode. I admire you all and I appreciate you all if I can get my words out. So much for that. Really do appreciate it. But we are going to get started with some comments under the last episode. 1 mark us, or 1 mark US 79. Not entirely sure. We'll go with 1 mark us, 1 mark US 79. I don't know. Whichever one. You let me know. The flare gun is insanely overpowered, apparently, when it comes to hordes. And it will ignite an entire group. I like fire. I like fire even more when there's no threat of fire spread, which there doesn't appear to be at the moment, which is good. So thank you very much for that. Appreciate it. Maybe we do need to go and make sure that we've got a flare gun in our little sort of Hail Mary room, as I'm going to call it, upstairs. You've also been getting in touch and telling me about all of the good ways that I could be getting some scrap. So, a couple of call-outs here. 12 Don Dig 2617. The yellow dumpsters, the yellow lime dumpsters, or the skips as I'd call them, because I don't know, do you guys call them skips in the US, or are they just dumpsters? Interested. We would call it a skip. I don't know if skip stands for anything, but they're typically the large yellow open top things that we would put building waste in when we're having some building work done. We call them a skip. Anyway, maybe it's a dumpster over in the US. Anyway, you're getting so distracted by US-UK terminology, as I always do. But apparently, you scrap all of it, and you get a lot of good scrap out of the dumpsters, and you'll also get something from just scrapping the dumpsters themselves. I like it. I like it. That's a sensible plan. Maybe that is something that we should be doing as I try and make sure my direction. Still 85% fuel in the tank. Don't need to go here. Oh gosh, vehicles popping in. Very, very scary. But great shout. I also like the fact that you managed to get some sheet metal from going inside the prison and scrapping, and £6,000 worth. And I get the feeling that I could have got a lot more than I got. But obviously was limited somewhat by the lack of capacity that this has. Also, a couple of shouts outs here. So I'm Batman Dummy 490 or 490. The green trash bins usually give a lot of iron when destroyed. Great tip. Thank you very much. And on the same note, the Godson UK. Hope that, yeah, I read it as the Godson, so let's just go with it. Scrap the green wheelie bins, yellow skips, and the big roller shutter doors. Also, if I go back to the prison, check the workshop for tools and welders, and then scrap all of the red benches. Great shout. We have looted that bit of the prison. We have already looted that bit of the prison, but it's a good shout to go back and scrap the tool benches, to be fair. So we will see how far we get with our destruction as this incredible sky appears. Red sky at night, Shepherd's delight. Red sky in the morning, Shepherd's warning. That's what I was always told. Don't know if you guys have heard that saying. Let me know down in the comments. So the fact that it's the morning and it's red sky at night seems to suggest that we get bad weather. That's the theory with that anyway. But thank you all so much for your comments. I will also now call out some of the comments that I got on the bonus admin episode. So thank you all. Really do appreciate it again. Das Burgermeister, a £300 crate designated for just nails and screws seems ambitious. Yep. That's me. Ambitious. I took it as a compliment. In theory, right, though, we're going to use a lot of screws. Use loads of screws in fortifications, so fingers crossed that that plan works out okay. Robot _ clean. The tiny rocket almost in between the two 8-balls. I'm a little bit disappointed that I didn't position it better. Thank you for the shout out. Do appreciate it. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for watching. Also, Lady _ Honor. Lady Honor. I'm pleased that you enjoyed my misfortune at the fact that a horde sounded whilst I was fully encumbered. It was always going to happen, wasn't it? We could expect it. I am also very interested to hear more about your playthrough, so let me know down in the comments that you've just started a new playthrough and have chosen to avoid using a house as a base. Extra complexity in having to build in water, power, cooking facilities does make it feel so rewarding. So I'm intrigued. Have you taken over like a different structure I almost created a video. I started creating a video where I started to build a base from, well, it was 3 different tiers. One was from scratch-ish. And one was from taking over an existing structure that wasn't a base and didn't have walls. So I am intrigued. Let me know where you're at with that, and keep me up to date. Please do enjoy the video. Really do appreciate everyone who's commented underneath it. The last comment that I will call out is from Song Blossom, who said, "It's appropriate that this episode was first teased 9 months ago. It's a pregnancy that needed to be birthed." As far as, and obviously in that episode we did have some conversations as well around my future hopes for Vane and what we may see in the future. And it was interesting to read some of the responses to that as well. And you said, Song Blossom, that you enjoy your games with more realistic style zombies and settings too. So, interesting. Very, very interesting. Again, really appreciate you all for jumping in the comments and for watching these videos so consistently. There's some more Vane videos coming to the channel on Wednesdays. I know I've done a couple of those Project Zomboid ones, but don't worry. I am going to be jumping back into doing some Vane videos very, very soon, as well as some very exciting bits that I can't yet mention, which it always sounds so teasy and cheesy, I know. But there are some exciting bits, as I admire my rocket and my balls, my 8 balls. Yeah. There are some exciting bits coming to the channel. Right, we've got a load of stuff. Now let's do the sensible thing. Don't worry, we're not going to turn this into an apocalypse admin episode, but I am a slightly changed man, because we are going to just make sure that we stay somewhat organized. You see, stay somewhat organized. What a crazy world we're living in. What have we got here? We've got tops. And I've got some more tops here. So let's pop those there. A jean jacket, by the way. I think we could rock that. Absolutely rock that. The lights have come on. That means that the sun is up. I love the fact that that's the case. We're going to take off our pants and our jacket, aren't we, Charm? Because otherwise we do get a bit too hot. You've still got them on there, Charm. Do you refresh? As I accidentally hit tab instead. Or caps locks. There we go. Look at us, Charm. We look great. We look great. Are we still very hot? No, that is going down. Good. All right. Fine. Fantastic. We have got another riot helmet, though, there. I am also starting to think now about that flare. Maybe we do need to go and stick a flare in there, too. Let's get this done. As I pop a riot helmet into that. And then flare gun. Don't know how I'm doing in terms of flare ammo. 16 of them. Well, if there's a place for them to go, I think they go in here. There we go. That makes a load of sense, doesn't it? Flare gun in there. Flare ammo in there too. Nice. Sorted. Progress. Love it. Okie dokie. Right, what else have we got on us? Oh, loads of bits. Loads and loads of bits. We've got some schematics. Now, schematics, they've got a place as well, so we can put the schematics away. That isn't the place for them. Place is the place in there. There you go. Very simple, man. And we've got loads of spray paint, which can probably go into the basement, can't it? Realistically. Don't think we necessarily do have a place for spray paint. But I'm sure one of these is, yeah, one of those is pretty much empty, so let's go for that. Bosh. Lovely jubbly. And then we're relatively light, aren't we? On the back of that, we are relatively light. Now, one thing that I'm very much aware of is that we haven't really used sub-inventories much since that update has come in, and it feels like that is an opportunity to start using sub-inventories. So let's have a quick look at what the fortifications are that we're going to want to build. we're going to want fences, so reinforced wooden planks, reinforced wooden rods, and not reinforced screws. That's just a lie. Just screws will do. So, what have we got going on? We've got some reinforced wooden planks. We need a load more. We've only got one load of screws there. Does make me think that we're probably going to need to prioritise some other bits, aren't we, in terms of our building? Because we might need some other stations. There we go, stations. What we're going to need, in my view, is we do need a schematic table, but we're going to need a repair workbench. We're going to need 10 screws for that. So let's get... But we need to get our repair skill up for... Oh, gosh. Oh, it's all so complicated. It's all so complicated. Screws, happy days. Let's get the screws. And then let's get our repair bench. I suppose the question is if we were to decipher our schematics, because I thought we had one for screws, requires mechanical 15. We have got to be there. Yeah, we're mechanical 50. So there we go. We don't need to worry about that. Let's read that. We can make screws. What else do we want to be able to make right now? Crafting 25. We're there, surely. That would be useful. Is there anything else that I'm looking at here and thinking we could really do with knowing how to make? Not immediately, I don't think. Not immediately. There's nothing jumping off the page for me there. Okay, so now we can make screws, which is pretty important for us. Let's do that first bit, though. Let's get a repair workbench, which is going to take some iron scraps, but we're pretty okay for iron scraps now, I think. And let's pop that there. Now we can start to repair things, and I'm looking at things like our backpack, our firefighter jacket and pants, which we could do with starting to think a bit more about. Which is a good point, actually. We haven't got a backpack on, which is crazy. Maybe we've lost it in one of our frackers, as I'm going to call it. Okay. Screws there. But we need screws for the... Yep, okay, so let's take that. Have we got any reinforced wooden rods? Yes, we do. Okay. But we're going to need to make a load more reinforced wooden rods, but that's fine. We've got... We can make 12 metal brackets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. See, I still click. I know that that's there. I just don't use it very often. Hard to remember. So let's wait for that to happen. We've also got the ability to make a better workbench. We haven't got components. Do we? Do we make a better workbench? It's going to take some iron scrap to do it, though. No, I think we should be prioritizing fortifications, and then we can start doing some more of our fancy things. What I might do is make a drying rack, though. That would be a useful thing to have, given the need that we'll have for leather to repair our combat packs. I know this isn't going to look very pretty, but that could well be quite effective. Our construction is leveling up, which is a good point. Should probably be checking to make sure I've not got any of those books that we could be using. Balling is throwing. We've got electrical, medical, mechanical. Mechanical could be a useful one, to be fair. Repair will be useful when we start doing some repairs, but I think we should probably do quite a few repairs all at the one go. Is A to Z. Okay. Scavenging we've got, so next time we go out hunting, not hunting, sorry, but hunting for loot, then we will use that. Same for sneaking. Okay, well maybe we do we read a mechanical one? We got a couple of them, or have we just got the one? Yeah, if we've just got the one, then I think we leave it. And then what we will do is we will read our agility mags, our survivalism mags. We just need to remember that they're here. And the same thing for the mechanical. We've not got a dire need to improve that at the moment, but I'm sure it will come. Right. we've got so much stuff in here, haven't we? Iron scrap. Now, I am going to do a controversial thing with 100 of these iron scraps. I sort of stare around and see whether there's anything coming for me. I think I kind of have to. It's a bit boring. It is a bit boring, but we are going to need them. So I am going to dump 100 in there. That will keep us going for a very long time, though, fingers crossed. However, I say that, but then we are going to, of course, start dialing up how much we're going to need. Right, we're still 7 hours to decay, though, so what's going to decay quick? Wood scrap. Okay. Again, that's something that we can absolutely sort out. So let's have a quick gander in here. Surely we've got some wood scraps somewhere. Nope. Okay, we'll go down to the basement and we'll get this wood scraps from there too. We also haven't hooked up all of the solar yet. Now, there is a reason for that, and the reason is that realistically, the solar is powering the lights, albeit just through the day. And my thinking is that we will probably need to use that, and we'll hook it all up when we've got the battery done. And we're not yet in a position to do the battery, I don't believe. So we will... I'll double check skill though, because we've got to be getting on for that. I'll double check skill. We'll pop the wood scrap in there. Now that has got to be us. 31 hours. Okay, we've got a lot to do. Don't get me wrong, but 31 hours of scraps is great news. Okay, right. Making progress. Fortifications, cool. Let's have a look at utilities though. Look, getting distracted. Oh, we can make a battery. We need 8 components, though. Oh, okay. Scrap metal pipes we've probably got. Components we won't have. Components is an advanced crafting bench jobby. I can't remember for the life of me what goes in the components. Okay, well, that's maybe got me rethinking a little bit. Let's do the advanced workbench. I think that's going to make sense for us to do. Remind myself what we need. Right, advanced workbench. Let's pin that so that I've got it. Iron scraps. Yeah, we can do that. Electrical scraps. We should have... Oh, there's only 2 there. Okay, to be fair. Wooden planks we've got. Metal brackets we will have, I am sure, but we may have... We've got reinforced ones there. Okay. Electrical scrap. Now have we got... I'm trying to think if we've got anything else electrical that we don't really care about. Which we could be dismantling, but I'm not sure we have. Have a quick look in here. I don't think there's going to be anything in here, if I'm being honest, but... No. Okay. Electrical scraps. That is going to be just dismantling a load of electrical things, isn't it? We have got some electrical scrap in here, which we've probably oversubscribed for the time being. So let's maybe take some. Take 10. There you go. And I'm sure, yeah, we're still good for 31 hours, so we're not using a lot of electrical scrap. We are going to start using that, of course, when we have built the battery, but we're not there yet. That's fine. We don't need to worry about it. Wooden plank. The next question is, where does the battery live? But we can figure that one out after. Doesn't really matter. Metal brackets. Okay, I am going to take those. I am going to take some wooden planks. And now we are going to be able to build our advanced crafting bench. Destroy the grill. Oh, well, that is so annoying, isn't it? I've got to take all of this stuff out just to move it. Fine, I'll play your silly game. I say that, though. We will have loads of space, in theory, and inventory space. We should be able to do that if I go and put a combat pack on. Always close your front door, by the way. You never know who's going to come wandering in, or what is going to come wandering in, I suppose, is the case in vain. Right. Combat pack. Which one's in relative shape? That one's probably the best shape one we've got. Let's wear that. We should be fixing those up, which might mean that we do need to go hunting. I've got no doubt that I've got some hard leather somewhere. But I don't know where, and I didn't get that far with the old taking care of things video. Talking of electrical scrap, overpriced TV, goodbye. That is helpful. We got 3 more bits of electrical scrap from that. Let's try and take all of this. And just going to plonk it there for the time being. We'll grab that. We don't want to lose our parrot. We'll take this. We'll build this. Do we want a forward plan, actually? Probably want a forward plan for the fabrication one, don't we? Okay. Let's do that. That should be plenty of space for the fabrication one, I'd like to think. Can't wait to do this juggling act again and find out that the fabrication one's going to take up loads more space, but hey-ho, we are where we are. There we go. Nicely done. Now, most importantly, where's the picture of the parrot? We also need a name for the parrot, right? We need to name the parrot. I forgot then that I wasn't wearing any clothes. That did freak me out a little bit, I'm not going to lie. Okay, right, we had some tools which were in there. A wrench probably was in there. I, of course, didn't pay any attention to the tools that were in there. I just took them out. Mini sledge, probably. Yeah, sure. We also need some other tools. Look at how organized we are. Look at how organized we are. Circular saw, probably. Driver, yeah, sure. And another mini sledge is what we could really do with. Have we got another mini sledge? No. Not in there, at least. So let's just get a normal hammer then and pop that in. We'll pop those into our advanced workbench. Adjustable wrench, a claw hammer, circular saw, and our electric driver. Okay, nice. Right, components. Is this where I'm going to cry? Copper wire bundle, plastic casings, balls. Yes, it is probably where I'm going to cry. Copper wire bundle we can get from torn wires and plastic casings, or copper ingots, which we don't have. And plastic casings, we need plastic ingots. Ah! Okay. We need to make a decision, don't we? Because to make plastic ingots is fine, right? That's fine. But then to do that, we're going to need to make a makeshift forge. At which point do you bother making a makeshift forge? We probably have to, because we've probably not got that many scrap metal sheets. Or do you just go straight for the industrial? I know what my preference would be. And the maintenance cost of that is an iron ingot. Quite a lot. That one is scrap. Okay. Oh, difficult, isn't it? Okay. Look, we're going to proceed with the original plan. We are going to focus on making a load of reinforced bits. And getting some fortifications up. That is the priority, right? We've got so much other stuff we could be doing, don't get me wrong. And having a battery so that we've got all-day power makes loads of sense. But I don't think it's the thing for us right now. Also, where are screws? Am I missing something? Have I just completely lost the plot? There they are. Okay, yeah, they were there all along. So we've got to make nails to make screws, which we can make. Okay, cool, that's fine with iron scrap. So, let's take a checklist. We are going to need for our fortifications. There's a few things that we're going to want to build. Let's remove all of our hood pins, make sure that we've not got that one anymore. We're going to make a fence. We're going to need to make a fence gate. And we are probably going to want to make... Actually, no, we're not going to make a fence gate. We want to make a large fence gate, don't we, for the runway. We can then worry about the gate doors. I'm not worried about them at the moment. But for doing that, we're going to need a load of reinforced wooden logs. Wooden rods, not logs. And a load of reinforced wooden planks. So, got some wooden planks, some wooden rods. Let's get this doing a load of reinforced wooden rods. which needs metal brackets, which we've got 18 of, which isn't very many. So we need to make more metal brackets, which to make that we need iron scraps, which we've got quite a lot of. So let's make, we just do 80 of those. Oh, well, let's do 50. 50 of those. Iron scraps in there. Bosh. 50 of them. Then we're going to need screws, aren't we? For that. And for a reinforced wood, yeah, we're going to need screws. So let's think about that. If we did 80 of that, then we can do 30 of that. Why haven't we queued that? How odd. How odd. Okay. You're making another 42 of those. I've got iron scraps, which have already been accounted for. Basic pliers. Okay. Is it because of that? I don't know. I don't know. Whilst that's happening, so we're making, what are we making there? We're making brackets. We've got rods, so we don't really need the rods. Let's go and get more iron scraps. You know what? I am going to read the mechanics magazine as well. I think it makes sense, doesn't it? We'll look at the amount of stuff that we're doing in terms of mechanics. So we've got the stat boost for that now. Metal brackets. Reinforced wooden planks we've got. Reinforced wooden rods we've got some of, but not loads of. We're going to work on that. We're going to need screws. So if we're going to need screws, we're going to need metal, more iron scraps. So let's take the iron scraps that we've got. 117. Gosh, maybe it isn't going to go as far as we hoped. Let's take the idea that we read earlier in our comment section. Thank you very much again. And let's go and destroy these, because we don't really care about these. These can go. Heavy bolts, okay. Limestone powder, okay. Not great, but it's something. We don't really care about the toolboxes and the tool chests. So they can go too. That can go. That can go. Okay. I mean, these will give us plastic. Oh, rubber. Okay, fine. Rubber's good. Not overly helpful, but it's something. Bit of electrical scrap as well. Okay. Right. And then my thinking is that we're literally just going to plonk a wall across the runway with a big gate through it. Probably put a small gate in there too, but we'll get to that. Storage tote we can get rid of. Don't need them in here. Absolutely could take more for in there. These are all plastic, but we will see what we can get. This one's plastic as well, isn't it? Yeah. Don't want to rename it. Just want to destroy it. Not getting anything for these. Weapons crate. We'll destroy that too, and we'll destroy the junk piles. Gosh, might have to go back to that prison, you know. Might have to go back to that prison, get some more of those fences. You really do think that these things could go a lot further than they do. But we are where we are. And we are getting some iron scraps and plastic scraps at least. Fine. Right, so we're making metal brackets. We're going to need that for large fence and large fence gate. That's cool. Question is, where do we build our wall? And well, for my money, it needs to be in front of these. And, I mean, they're not well placed, to be fair. We probably need to flip them on their side. So maybe we go just about where the quad bike is and we go across here. I think that's probably the strategy. I think that is probably the way to go. And I'm keen to get started on that. Right, we are thirsty, so we should go and take a drink, shouldn't we, Charm? There we go. And we are a little bit peckish. Don't know why I always look in the fridge when I know full well that I've left cooked dear me in here. Which we have now eaten. Tasty meal. Not just any meal, a tasty meal. Okay, right. How are our metal brackets coming on? We need more rods. So, I assume that that is because I've not got basic pliers, but I thought the whole point was that heavy pliers would take the role of the basic pliers. I've probably been destroying my other pliers. That's what I thought the whole point was. Slightly alarming, isn't it? I don't think I've got any other plier types. These won't have anything in. These are all scraps, plastic scraps. There's so many plastic scraps that we really could probably make that work. But maybe we can do that. No, I might do something sacrilege and just see whether we can't dismantle that. Need a pair of basic pliers. Okay. Well, there you go. Who knew? Maybe pliers is the one thing which you can't have the most advanced tool and that do the job. Have a look. Gosh, I'm sure there's something in here. Combination pliers, basic pliers, happy days. There we go, we've got them. Is there any other types of pliers that we've got? No. No. Okay, well that's fine. That works. Well, that's all right. We can make that work. Okay. Where are my pliers at? Combination pliers. There we go. We can make some nails, and I think we should make 30 nails. We've not got... We need to learn a schematic from a schematic item to make this. So we haven't got a nail schematic, but then why is it showing? Why are you showing me it? I swear we'd read that. We've got a load of nails. Anyway, let's just whap a load of nails in here then. Whatever. Whatever. Oh, yeah, I thought the whole point was that it wouldn't show you that if you hadn't unlocked it. Now, screws. We can make a load of screws. Let's go make 100 screws. There we go. Metal brackets. We've got some more there. We've got screws in here as well. Oh, gosh. We're on fire, really. Right, let's make some... Let's think about this. We need to take some metal brackets out of here. We'll take some wooden rods out of here. All of the metal brackets out of here, may as well. And we will get those going. Feels a bit like multitasking this, doesn't it? Metal brackets. There we go. Okay. Reinforced wooden rod. Screwdriver. Got one of those, surely. Probably got one on me. Screwdriver. Don't have one on me. Shocking. Screwdriver, 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 screwdriver. This is the problem when you sort things out. You know, you sort things out obviously too well. Powered drill. Let's see if that does the job. Should do. Unless I'm going to have the repeat issue. There we go. No, doesn't. Screwdriver. I need a screwdriver as well. I need all of the basic tools still. Ah! Right, don't get rid of your basic tools, folks. There you go. I hope it's a Phillips that we need. Crosshead screwdriver, because that is what we've got. Right. Gosh, let's get that done. Where have you gone? Crosshead screwdriver. Oh, I did have one on me as well all that time. Oh, typical. Right, screws. Yeah, it's funny that, isn't it? Need screws. Who'd have thought? Screws are there. Reinforced wooden rods. 50. Go big or go home. But we do need screws still. Okay. But we're making 100 screws in there. So we could probably make 45 of those as well. There we go. God, it's progress. It's progress. Metal brackets were missing. Screws I am now missing, but we can take the screws out of here. There we go. We know that they're spare. We also know that in here, we've got more screws being made. Then we've got screws, of which this is going to use quite a lot, but we're making more. Metal brackets is the next thing that we're going to need, which I'm just using probably for my rods. Got one spare metal bracket there. This one's making screws. Then we can make 30 metal brackets. There we go. We've got more iron scrap in here that we don't need. Yes, we do. So we can make another 27 of those. There we go. 57 metal brackets coming right up. Oh, it's all a bit stressful. It's all a bit like work, isn't it? It really is all a bit like work. More metal brackets coming. The sun is starting to fade. The snow appears to have come back again. Terrifying. Whilst we're here, let's have a look. Oh, we've got a hairdryer. We can dismantle that. We got anything in here? It's miscellaneous. Anything that will give us some sort of electrical stuff. That's what we really need. No is the answer. No is the answer. Nothing special. Fine. Okay. Tools. What have we got? Loads of that. Fishing hooks and fishing lines. Do you know what I'm going to do whilst we're here? Because this is quite easy and straightforward. Another screw over there. Is anything that's for fishing that we've got in here, because we can do it, piece of piddle can go in here. Got it. There we go. Inside our side table. Fishing line, fishing rod, fishing hooks, night crawlers. Look at that. So organised. Scary. It's absolutely terrifying when it's possible. Might do some more admin at some point in between episodes. Right, we've got aluminium scraps still in there. Springs. Great. Steel scrap. Torn wires. We like that. We need them. Metal sheets, metal pipes. Now, out of interest, we needed metal sheets and metal pipes for things like that. We need 4 scrap metal pipes. Okay. Which we have got. Okay, right, but we haven't got any components because I'm assuming we've got to make them. Yeah. Okay. All right, we've probably got enough batteries as well to make them. Okay. Oh, I'm still thinking about it. Still tempting, isn't it? Still very, very tempting. Metal brackets. We've got reinforced metal brackets there. Let's take those out of here. Let's take the plastic scrap, because that's fine. And we've got loads of barbed wire, which makes me happy. Barbed wire is going to be helpful as anything when it comes to actually putting it on top. I am thinking of only going 1 wall high, which I know might be controversial. I know the meta is to go 2 walls higher. The reason why I'm thinking 1 is because we've got fences all the way around the other side, which is already 1 high. So, my theory here, which could be wrong, I accept, my theory is that we stick with 1 wall high. We then put barbed wire on the top. We make sure that we've got lighting so that everywhere's lit up, so that if we have one of those big scary H words, then we are at least covered to do that in the base. We've got options in the base. We've got guns. We've got so many possibilities of what we can do in the base that it's untrue. Aluminium scrap. There you go. Got so much aluminium. There we go. And oh my goodness, would you look at the time? We're pretty much there. I can't believe we haven't got anything up yet. I'm refusing to end the episode without putting something up. Okay, we're going to do it. We're going to put a thing up. We're going to build a wall. We're going to build 1 bit of fence. Maybe 3 bits of fence. Oh, no, you know, we might be able to get some bits of fence hammered out. We're going to do it. We're going to do it in the dark. I don't really care. Right, we're going to put solar facing that way, because that way is south, and that makes more sense than the way that we've currently got it facing. We're going to account for a few rows of that. We're then going to build a wall around here is probably big enough, I reckon. Let's just flaming do it, shall we? Let's build a bloody wall. Fence. Would have been nice if you'd have just automatically latched on and told me which way's straight, but, you know, I'll make it up. That's fine. Built a wall! Can't wait to find out how unstraight this is. Unstraight? Is that a word? Probably not. Look! I know it doesn't look like much. I know it doesn't look like much. Do you know what, actually? What I'm going to do, just to make it all feel a little bit more real. So I'm going to go into the back of my truck. And I'm going to get a thing. Right? There we go. And now what we can do is, where are we? Defense. I mean, I've not got any barbed wire. I've literally just put it in my inventory. Am I going crackers? Maybe I am going crackers. Maybe this is the end. There we go. Barbed wire. Oh gosh, this is going to take me screws up as well. Oh well. We are where we are. Bosh! 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 And now, from here... Nope, we can't widen the camera that angle that much. From here, look! Terrifying! I'm a zombie, I can't get there. It absolutely isn't straight, is it? And that is going to do my nut in. And we have probably cut off more of the garden than I wanted to. But it is progress! We've got reinforced stuff being made. I've lost track of what it is, but it is happening, and we are making progress. We're going to need more iron scraps, folks. We really are going to need more iron scraps. So maybe it is a matter of taking the mail truck and going and getting some more. I don't know. At this point, we just need loads of it. Loads of it. Absolutely bundles of iron scraps. But thank you so much for watching. Really do appreciate it. As always, please do drop a comment down below on the video. Please do remember to like the video and to subscribe. And I will catch you on Wednesday for a Vane video coming out on Wednesday. And on Monday for another Let's Play episode. I'll catch you later.